Go.
Okay, we're starting. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. This is Geek Tavern Radio. I am Dax Hastings, and I am with
Josh Donaldson, Spoon, Mr. J, whatever you want to call me.
Mike Bundy. Mike Bundy 316 on the Twitters. And yeah, I don't have any more handles that I know of.
guys. As of 2 weeks ago, we could all agree that there really wasn't that much gaming news out there. And as of last week, we got a little bit more. And I would say this week specifically has been a lot better in terms of the past 2 weeks. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I would say so. I don't see why not.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of topics. Nothing too big, but...
Well, I mean, we got maybe 1, 2 big topics. But, I mean, guys, how was your weekend? Let's start that off.
Pretty good, I actually went to a museum on Saturday. I did that.
All right.
And then me and Mike tested out this here live streaming on Sunday. So this
don't
is
watch that.
Yeah, don't watch that. This
Take it down.
this is
Take
the one
it
you want to
down.
watch. But
Yeah, delete that. It's gone.
this is our first live stream that we've ever done while we're recording our podcast. So that's definitely a step up.
It certainly is, and it's only going to get better from here, of course, because, I mean, I can speak for myself and say that I am not the most technically gifted guy out there. I would say that you guys are probably above par compared to me when it comes to technicality with these computers and whatnot. So I'm very
I wouldn't say that about me.
You could have just went with it, Bundy. You could have just went with it.
But we're live, so...
Yeah, and we're honest. We're all honest here.
Except for me. Just kidding. Jesus.
Okay.
Don't be so serious. Holy man.
Oh, dude. Okay, Josh. What have you been playing, man?
Still the same things. Pretty much.
It's been one solid week. The same things.
Yeah.
What are the same things?
Pretty much Overwatch. I've been getting ready for Doomfist. Can't wait for Doomfist.
Every time I hear his name, I'm just like, Doomfist!
Yes.
Yeah, that, but I can't help but think of, like, DC's Darkseid. For some reason, even when I hear Doomfist, I just think of an image of Darkseid, or Darkseid, however you want to pronounce it.
It's Darkseid.
Yeah,
Kiss
it's
my ass.
Darkseid.
I take that back. I'm so sorry.
What have
Bundy,
you been playing?
Yeah, what have you been playing, Bundy? We want to know. Josh wants to know.
Yeah,
I do want to know.
Everybody wants to know, because I don't live very often. But
No.
I started playing the first Kingdom Hearts.
All right.
And still playing Fallout here and there. And that's about it.
Yeah. Oh, man, dude, I really need to pick up Fallout 4. I mean, as of right now, I've been having this big, huge 2D craze going on ever since the Castlevania show on Netflix came out. I've just been, I mean, like I had told you guys prior to recording and going live stream with this podcast, I actually picked up Castlevania's Portrait of Ruin. I don't know if you can see that. A whopping $22. But not only did I go out there and buy a copy of this, I also went out and placed my $15 down on a copy of Destiny 2 so I could get that beta 2 or that Destiny 2 beta. Oh,
can't freaking wait, dude. That's tomorrow.
That beta 2 Destiny.
I can't wait because I'm technically a Destiny virgin.
You are. You're a noob.
I am.
You could say you haven't lived.
Yeah. You could definitely say Bud has never lived.
Yeah.
Finally, somebody else.
I'm so sorry that I pick on you all the time, Bundy, when it comes to you not playing games that we have played. I am missing out. But I'll just have to wait for Destiny 2. So while you guys are porting your old characters to
I don't think it works
game,
like that.
It's not really working like that anyways. So, I mean, like, technically our characters are porting over, and they're going to be, like, the same characters, but we're not going to have any of our loot or anything that we had in Destiny 1.
You're not going to be higher levels or anything?
No.
Okay, good, because I thought I was going to be that sorry SOB
no.
who was going to be
that's
dragging in the trenches, and you just look back and be like, you know, to hell with you, bud. To hell with you, Dax. Noob. Like, you suck, dude. You suck. You should have played Destiny 1.
Yeah. No. Nope. That's kind of the whole point of Destiny 2. Everybody starts off at the same level again, so everybody is equal. Gives new people a chance to get into the game instead of, like... Because I know several people, probably you included, who never got into Destiny 1 because it was already, like, so far along in its life, and, like, everybody was already, like, way higher level than they were and everything, and they were just like, I just didn't feel like, you know, being the noob, pretty much.
Yeah.
So it kind of gives people a chance to join in on Destiny.
Yeah. And since we're on the topic of Destiny 2, we might as well just keep going on with it. Tomorrow, guys, is the beta. As you hear this or you see the live stream, everybody, it's 9:29 p.m. here in the Keystone State of Pennsylvania. And tomorrow, and it's the 17th of July, tomorrow, July 18th through the 20th, the beta version for Destiny 2 will be on the PS4, in which we, of course, all support. It's, you know, I mean, it's the right way to go.
I can't wait.
I mean, I wouldn't go with Xbox, but okay.
No.
Going back on the topic of Destiny 2.
You get way more exclusives with PS4.
That too, which that's pretty crazy, knowing that Bungie had a long history with Microsoft beforehand.
They also kind of had a falling out.
Yeah, they did. They most certainly did, and we won't get too much into that. I mean, Bundy, what are you looking forward to about this game? What do you hope, or what do you expect from the beta version?
Honestly, I have no idea what to expect. I'm just excited, you know, on PS4 right now, because I got the PS4 version much later.
Yeah.
I only have a Warlock, so I'm just excited to have a fresh start with everything. You know, all three characters, and you know, that's all I'm looking forward to, really.
Yeah.
Nothing specifically about the beta that I'm looking for, but.
Yeah. See, I was a little worried that maybe, perhaps, you know, with your characters getting ported, I thought maybe I would be behind in terms of... I mean, I don't see you guys being level 60 starting out in the next game and me being level 1. I mean, I honestly didn't see that happening. Or think it would be that unfair, but I thought maybe, you know, maybe with ported characters, maybe you would be like 5 or maybe 10, at least 10 levels above me. There goes the dogs. They're going crazy. My dogs right now are going ballistic because in less than 24 hours from now, Destiny 2 beta is, yeah, and dude, I'm telling you, these dogs, if they had thumbs, they would be playing Destiny 2 as well. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, again, I am a Destiny virgin, but I always thought it was a beautiful, gorgeous game. The fan base, the community that is built around this game is phenomenal.
That's one of the best parts about it. Destiny has such a good community.
It does, and again, we went over it last week. I don't want to get into it too much, but Destiny had, you know, I mean, there was a few bumps along the way after development and after it being put out. Again, not a strong story. I guess you could say not enough loot. I mean, we're talking the fan base, the community out there. When that game initially was out, people were kind of getting tired of it. But then, of course, as time went on, the DLC just kept getting better and better. And again, the community just came flooding back in through the gates. And now it's the fan base that we know as of today.
Should we check out the beta trailer real quick?
Yeah, go ahead and pop that thing up.
All right, let's take a look.
The magic of the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. It's amazing.
Let's get to it, Guardian.
July 18th would be tomorrow.
I'm going to pretend I can see it.
Yeah. You guys can't see it, but everybody else that's watching can see it. So it's saying we're getting a strike, we're getting the first story mission, and we're going to be able to play the player versus player as well, all in the beta tomorrow.
All right.
Pre-order and get open beta early access.
We did. Thank you for the
Yes,
recommendation.
I did.
Woo!
I can't freaking wait. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it goes live at 1 p.m.
Yep.
Eastern. So.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna be at work. And
What are you going to do, Josh?
be upset?
Are you going to admit right now over the internet on stream, your boss could be watching you right now, or just pick up the stream later on after it's recorded? Are you about
He'll
to
be
admit
upset
to us
too
that
because
Mike
he
wants-
plays Destiny as well.
So what you guys are telling me is I will be the one to play it first.
Probably.
Yes.
I won't get to play it till probably about 4.
Maybe
So
I'll live stream it.
So
You
don't
should.
be rubbing that in our faces, man.
I'll definitely be live streaming it Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday most likely.
Yeah, I'll probably be on around maybe 5. And at that time, I mean, Josh or even you, Bundy, whenever you guys get on, if you guys want to start live streaming that, go right ahead. And then as we get on, we can, of course, put ourselves into.
We can do party chat and
party chat
collectively.
Yeah. So we'll definitely be doing that. I mean, if you the listeners aren't already playing that game, or you didn't go out and get the beta, if you'd like to get an in-depth look on it, please go to Geek Tavern Radio through Twitch. Right there, we'll be live streaming it. I mean, as you heard, Bundy will be on at 1 o'clock. Is that a safe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking of doing it on YouTube.
Safe assumption. Okay. Well, Bundy will be out there on his Twitter at Bundy316, and he'll announce when he's actually going to start playing. So from there to the rest of the night, hell, maybe even to the next morning, the next couple days, we'll just be, tagging each other in and out on, who's going to broadcast the Twitch Destiny 2 beta.
Well, I don't work till Thursday night, so.
So you're saying you're going to
Lucky
stream
dog.
it from tomorrow until Thursday night straight?
24-hour stream.
Nice. Do it.
I'm just kidding. I can't do that.
Guys, another pretty big topic. I mean, we had Comic-Con. I don't know if that's actually still going on. Is it?
It wasn't Comic-Con. It was D23.
Yeah,
D23.
Comic-Con didn't
Yeah, I
happen.
apologize.
That's
Not
soon,
yet.
though.
Yeah.
It is very
very,
soon.
very soon. So the D23 happened. Really big event. Of course, this is all based around Disney. Disney kind of giving their a heads up in news and intriguing, of course, the masses on what is to come. Incredibles 2. But anyhow, the big topic, us being a gaming podcast, is Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, I must say, while I say it, I'm going to step back and I'm going to let you guys take the floor because you guys are, of course, a lot more familiar with this in detail. And I understand this is a big topic. It's a very, this game has a cult following. It's huge.
In a way. You could probably call it a cult following. Kind of like an underground.
I was talking to my friend from college, and he's like, yeah, I've been waiting for this since 2005.
Yep. That's exactly what I told my friend. Like, I have been waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 since PlayStation 2.
Hey,
that's ridiculous.
You tell your friend this, and I think this is a lot worse. I feel worse for the fans for this other game, The Last Guardian.
Yeah, I know,
Because
right?
I think people have been waiting for that game longer
Wasn't it then not a great game?
It turned out not being as great as it was hyped or speculated.
Right, yeah. Like,
it was good, but it wasn't as good. And Josh, you're about to say something right there?
I was.
Yeah, I think you're interjecting, and I think you were opposing the thought of what game did fans have to wait for longer, whether it was...
Well, I'm pretty sure The Last Guardian...
Maybe it's around the same time.
The Last Guardian was supposed to come out on PS3.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 since PlayStation 2.
Ooh, really good point.
What year did PS3 come out?
It would have been 2009.
Yeah, I think so.
We should remember because it came out like 2 days before the Wii. And during that time, Josh and I were freezing our asses off in the garden section of a Walmart outside for 2 days.
Wasn't that like 2006?
Yeah, I thought it was earlier than 2009.
Oh, maybe it was.
Because I had it for a few years before I graduated and everything.
We're all old, so let's just...
I'll say safe bet, 06 or 07.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah. But, okay, Kingdom Hearts...
I do have a phone here.
Yeah. You look up that detail. Yep. Bundy here always gives us the facts.
That's right.
Josh, tell us a little bit about Kingdom Hearts 3.
Well, there isn't really much that we know yet. They haven't exactly shown too much. All we really know is that it's happening. They keep pushing the release date back, so we're not even 100% sure on the release date. As of yesterday, I do believe they did give an official, it will be out sometime 2018 for sure. But it was also supposed to be out in like April of this year. And it was supposed to be out like 5 years ago as well. So that's how that goes.
And 10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. So
crazy.
So the PS3 came out November 17th, 2006. In North America.
All right.
So 2006.
We've been waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 for over 10 years.
Holy crap.
It's crazy. But basically, if you've never played it before, the story is you are this kid named Sora. And you're chosen to be this, like, hero of time almost. Kind of like Link in Legend of Zelda almost. Where you're like the hero. And you're chosen to be a Keyblade wielder. And basically you have to go to all these different lands and kill the Heartless. And let the light into the world using your key, pretty much. And you travel to a bunch of different Disney worlds and things like that. Which was why the footage was shown at the D23 Expo instead of E3. Because everybody was kind of expecting it at E3. But then it never happened, and they announced several days after E3 that it was because they planned on releasing footage at D23, which they did, and it made me really happy.
Is that what it did to you?
It did. You should have seen me.
Yeah, I sent the link to the video to my fiance, and she lost her mind. She's like, "We have to get this game."
Yep.
And I'm like, "You've never even played them." And she's like, "It has Toy Story. Get it."
Exactly. As soon as I've wanted Toy Story to be in Kingdom Hearts since the very first one.
Yeah, and why it wasn't, who knows?
I know.
I think they can really do something cool with that. I mean, again, Josh, you were saying that the main character can travel to these different universes within the Disney universe, like these different lands that represent...
It's not even just the Disney universe. Most of them are the Disney universe, but you end up traveling to, like, Final Fantasy world and everything.
Yeah. I think they could do something really cool. I think they could use the whole Toy Story land as an awesome mechanic where you have the villain and he more so in some way using some type of mechanic in the story, forces the main character into the land of like toys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
by the way they showed it in the footage, the Sora, Donald, and Goofy aren't really expecting to be there, because like whenever they first get there, they're kind of like, "What is wrong with us? Why are we plastic?" You know, and then they're like, they kind of start figuring out what's going on. But the footage was real cool.
That's awesome. Yeah. So okay, it sounds like they are going to take, for Goofy and Mickey, Sora, whoever it is,
Donald.
And Donald, it sounds like it's more so going to be a curse in a way for them.
Because most of the time it usually ends up being more of a curse. Because he gets thrown into these like shitty situations, and it's just like, it sucks. It would suck to be like the hero of the world.
So since I'm pretty new to it, does each level have like a different bad guy, like from that world?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So the Toy Story one should be.
I'm guessing it's going to be
Sid's Toys.
It's either
that'd be so cool.
In the trailer that they showed, you're going to a toy store. So I'm guessing it'll be kind of like Toy Story 2.
Zurg.
Zurg.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. The bad guy might be like Zurg.
Okay.
I'm very surprised I actually remembered that villain's name from that movie.
Yeah.
It just goes to show how good it was.
Like usually the way it works is like they'll have one of the main bad guys from that specific movie, and then they'll have like he ends up like becoming friends with the Heartless, which are basically the bad guys you fight the whole time in Kingdom Hearts. And then they work together to try and destroy that world pretty much, and then Sora ends up showing up and destroying the Heartless, and then which leaves the bad guy of that world helpless because he doesn't have his Heartless companions anymore, and then you save the world, pretty much.
Huh. Sounds good. I can't wait to see, what else they have in store. I'm looking forward to seeing some more proof of just how... I'm basically looking for the hype that's going to fit the game. I'm looking for the support of that hype.
Yeah.
Something I think we should talk about, and I don't know what's confirmed and what's not for Kingdom Hearts 3, but Disney now owns things like Marvel and Star Wars.
Man.
Which could also be very, very possible. I could see it happening. They also, I don't mean to cut you off, Mike, but I just want to throw this in there before I forget. They did also confirm Tangled is going to be one of the worlds. Big Hero 6 is going to be one of the worlds. And
my fiance just got even more happy, I'm sure.
I'm trying to think of what the other one was.
That movie.
Please say The Incredibles.
They didn't confirm The Incredibles just yet. I could see it happening, though.
Oh, that's got to happen.
I could see it.
Pretty much all the Pixar's got to happen.
Yep.
What pisses me off is the fact that they've made Cars 3. I think they're
currently making The Incredibles 2.
Incredibles 2 comes out next year.
Yeah, but it pisses me off that Cars 3, who knows? Maybe they're at Cars 6 right now for all I know. But the fact that they made so many Cars movies, which I'm not a fan of the Cars movies. I
like the first one. The second one was no. Just no.
I'll just say it right now. I don't know. It doesn't impress me. I just didn't like him. But it took him this long to make an Incredibles 2. And again, Incredibles 2 is probably my second favorite Disney movie, however. Yeah. Beauty and the Beast being number 1.
On a side note,
while we're talking about it, they also announced Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Oh yeah!
Yes. Oh,
I forgot about that.
Holy crap! Yes.
I didn't even.
Which would be another great world.
That would be an awesome world to go to in Kingdom Hearts.
No, better yet, let's shift it over to Wreck-It Ralph right now. Wreck-It Ralph, as we all know, if you're not too familiar with it, it is actually a video game based movie where our main character, Wreck-It Ralph,
did they release a trailer? Or did they just announce it?
No, there was just a poster.
No.
But man, guys, I mean, let's talk about some of the characters that we actually saw in the first movie. We actually did get a glimpse of Bowser.
And Mario.
Who else?
Just a lot of older stuff, like arcade stuff. Yeah, I think that's really the only actual characters, now that I think about it.
Yeah, and from what I understand, of course, there is some type of legal issues when it comes to...
Sonic was in there, sorry.
Oh, yeah, Sonic was in there.
Sonic was in there. Q*bert is an actual game.
Nice.
Yeah, it's all coming back to me. Eggman was in there.
Nice.
Yeah. I know within anywhere from now to about a year ago, I do, however, recall seeing an interview on the red carpet where I forget who it was, but they were asking the producer and director of the first one. I believe it was the producer and director, someone that was associated for the with the first movie, but they had asked him, like, hey, can we expect any other characters and whatnot? And I know at that time they revealed, like, oh, there's definitely going to be Wreck-It Ralph 2, no doubt. And yeah, we're in the talks of, those who own, gaming platforms or, game characters. So I'm really looking forward to seeing who they can all bring in, because again, it would be good for Disney, and it would also be a plus for anyone who owns the rights to any of these iconic game characters.
Well, this one's all based around the internet, so we could see games like Call of Duty or Destiny. Who knows? Where they could go with it. Yeah, the poster's just got like all these different websites.
There's a poster.
Yeah, there's a poster.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Hold on.
Ooh, pull that up.
I'm going to cut it up into the video here in a second.
I don't know if there's a way Bud and I can see it or not, but yeah, it says like Google, but it's spelled different. And suppose I could bring that up myself even.
Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Yeah, that's what it's called, yeah.
The subtitle.
1 second, everybody. Okay. I'm on a blank screen right now. I'm trying to bring up the image.
Apparently my 3 children, aka my 3 dogs, they love the sound of Wreck-It Ralph too. They love the first one.
It's a great movie. I mean,
it is a great movie. That's it. I would say that's within the top 10, top 5 Disney movies that I've seen.
They're so small, the ones I'm finding.
Yeah. But Wreck-It Ralph 2, man, I'm really glad. Again, it's gonna draw in the gaming community, of course, because I mean, at least it's not that crappy Pixels movie starring Adam Sandler. Sorry, Adam.
1 second, everyone.
So sorry.
Okay, we got the poster up in the video feed. Let's take a look at some of this stuff.
Okay.
It's got a site called LubHub.
Yeah.
Google with like a U with the 2 dots above it. Amazing instead of Amazon. Jiffy. Buzzaholic, Pictopedia, and it just has kind of like Ralph standing up with both of his arms up and the little girl sitting on his shoulder. And he's like standing over top of the city.
I'm gonna make a random prediction on the story of it. I haven't actually read too much on, or even know if they've actually revealed any details on the plot, but maybe the creators of this are actually taking a real life issue, and that's the fact that video gaming has actually slowed down slightly because of people converting over to playing mobile games on their phones.
Mm-hmm.
That's
so
true. Yeah.
I wonder if maybe our main character, Ralph, and his few colleagues and his friends,
mobile apps, mobile games,
that or the game for them, they're not being played as much. Maybe that's the main issue.
That could make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of mobile apps, random video game news here. You guys remember playing RuneScape back in the day?
Oh yeah, I do.
I played
it a little bit.
They're going mobile, which means you're going to be able to download RuneScape on your phone or any like tablet device or anything, and play it on there. And like, say somebody's on the PC, you'll be able to play with them on the PC from your phone. It's going to be like cross-platform with your phone.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I mean, the way that I see it, RuneScape kind of fits into the Minecraft
in a way
crowd. In a way, I mean, in terms of the graphics aren't necessarily the best, but from what I understand, from the time whenever I played it alongside you, Josh, and years ahead, I hear the graphics actually got significantly better.
Oh yeah,
but it's
actually like a whole different game than when we played back in the day.
Yeah, I'll actually have to look into that and see what's exactly new. I mean, it sounds awesome. It sounds really cool. I mean, that's another community that has remained huge over the ages.
Surprisingly, yes, it has. It's like RuneScape has one of the biggest followings of like any like underdog video game I've ever heard of.
I just remember trying to trick people into
going to the wilderness.
Going into the wilderness and just swearing that, no, dude, I won't hurt you. I won't do anything.
I'm taking you to the treasure. You're going to become rich, I promise.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Can't say that I wasn't the fool that followed someone out into the wilderness either.
Oh, yeah. I remember it happening to you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude. So pissed. And I mean, that was such long ago. I mean, it just goes to show how, how much we enjoyed RuneScape. So, with that said, it's actually really good to hear that it's going to be on mobile. Bundy, have you ever played it?
Very slightly. I have played it, though.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be one of our extracurricular activities.
Hell yeah, why not? I'll be able to just like
Destiny 2.
Well, I'm sitting on the John, pop up RuneScape on my phone. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
While you're waiting for your spacecraft to come out of orbit and
that's right.
Make a landing onto a planet in Destiny 2.
That's right.
I'm just gonna mine here for about 10 seconds. Oh, shut off the app, turn it back on. Yep, mine for a little bit more.
Yep, exactly.
We're talking about a blast from the past. We're talking about things that back in the day, whether that be RuneScape or anything else that we had brought up here on this podcast. But the biggest thing is this. And matter of fact, I read a comment through IGN. Me and Bundy were talking about it. I'm getting to it, people. I really am. But someone made the comment to the topic that we're about to talk about, saying, "I never would have thought I would have heard this in 2017." Today, Atari, yes, the Atari, from way back in the day.
23 years ago.
23 years ago. Pong.
Space Invaders.
Space Invaders. Yes.
Centipede.
They are back. And
in black.
E.T.
in black and red. And in wood.
Oh, yes. The wood one looks so nice.
Yeah.
Makes me happy.
What we're talking about is that they actually released 2 versions of the console. Yes, they are making an Atari Box, as they call it.
A new Atari. Like, a new one. I feel like this is appropriate. There's a new Atari!
Atari just
new Atari people.
Oh, dude. I'll say this, and I'm sure it has to be on everybody's mind. At least I hope so. The more competition there is out there in any type of business is good for business. I'm really happy to see that we are actually going to see a new console out on the market. Bundy, how do you feel about that?
Well, yeah, competition is great. A couple years ago, they had that Alienware system. I kind of thought that was going to catch on, but it never did.
No, it didn't.
Same with that like Steam box. I thought that was going to get pretty huge.
Yeah.
There was that Silver Cube console too that never caught on. It wasn't the Oculus, of course. That's the eyewear. That's the virtual reality. But I forget. It started with an O. But I mean,
yeah.
Which I know that one was more of like a streaming game device. You know, kind of like a Netflix for gaming.
Yeah.
But based on the visuals, based on the look, the design of the consoles, Bundy, I mean, how do you feel about them? Give us some insight.
Well, there's two versions. There's the black and red.
Yeah.
Which is my personal favorite. Like that Atari symbol is just awesome looking when it's lit up as red.
Let's pull a picture up of it real quick.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, please do.
Let's pull it. There it is. It's beautiful.
Again, I can't see it on the screen.
You guys know what it looks like.
Tonight.
Yeah, I've seen it, but yeah, it's definitely something to look at. I wouldn't mind having that sit below my TV.
Oh yeah. It's so nice seeing that Atari symbol on a console again. It's weird.
Yeah, and I think what appeals to me so much about the red and black is the fact that it doesn't look old. It doesn't look retro.
The way I described it
looks
earlier,
like something new.
Someone at work asked me what it looked like because they hadn't got a chance to see the actual pictures. So the way I described the black and red one was if Atari and the PS4 had a baby. That's pretty much what the Atari box looks like.
It is.
Yeah.
It has that slim, especially. I mean, and I have nothing against the throwback version, if you want to call it, the wooden one. But that red black one, man, just looks so fine. It looks so slim. I mean, the architecture, you could say, behind it is just like, it's phenomenal. It's sleek and curvy on the top, and then I think from like behind in the back near the hips, like they actually like slant. And then again, the interior of it with I think it's actually different between the throwback wooden one and the red.
Yeah,
black
I believe
version.
the back looks different or something.
The back looks different, but also on the interior fronts, the interior sides of these consoles, the LEDs are different. And then, like Bundy had brought up, the symbol lights up red with the red-black version.
On the wood grain one, the symbol lights up white, I believe. Let's pull a picture.
Yeah.
There's the wood grain.
Bundy, what do we know about this console so far? I mean, have you seen any details lately on exactly what it's going to be able to do?
The only thing that I know of is they were bringing up that there's no, like, I don't know if it's going to be cartridge based or what it's going to be, but there's no game slot. Like, there's only
That's true.
HD.
Now that I'm looking at it, there isn't anywhere to put games.
Yeah, in the back there's like an HD port. There's somewhere to put an SD card, and I think that's about it.
See, that kind of worries me.
Yeah, like
I don't want just like another emulator box.
Yeah, like we said, or it says in the article, it's going to have specs for like, current gen stuff, but I don't know how you're gonna, unless it's all digital. I don't know.
You may have to like download it all, which would be kind of weird.
Well, let's look at it this way. they did confirm that it's SD slot, correct? I mean, we've already seen Nintendo show and say, hey, we're going back to cartridges too. Now, of course, are they SD cards? No, not necessarily. They are a different shape, different form, a longer, elongated square for the Switch.
Real quick,
but
don't mean to cut you off. 16-bit squeeze on our live chat feed says, Ouya console was the other console you were thinking of, bud.
What's his name?
Squeeze.
Squeeze. Thank you a lot, Squeeze. Much appreciated, man. Yeah, so the Ouya. And I mean, that thing didn't even get up off the ground.
I've never even heard of that.
I mean, again, man, it's really bad. Unfortunately, with consoles such as Microsoft's Xbox or Sony's PS consoles or anything that was out with Nintendo, it kind of draws the air out of the room when it's any other console that's actually trying to attempt and live to say. I mean, look back at whenever Panasonic came out with the 3DO system. I don't know if anybody out there remembers that system, but that was one of the first CD-based gaming consoles out there. And it was actually a big step in gaming. And unfortunately, there just was not a lot of air for it. I mean, it just got dry, sucked out whenever it was competing up against the likes of your PS1 and your Nintendo 64 at that time. But hey,
really
Squeeze, thanks a lot. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really hoping that doesn't happen to the new Atari. But the way it's looking, I'm concerned with how exactly it's like. Is it just going to have third-party games that are already coming out on the PlayStation 4, or are Atari going to be making their own new console exclusives for it, or is it just going to be an emulator machine that can also play some of the newer games coming out?
I'm looking at the back of it right now. There, from what I can see, is what looks to be like an SD slot. There's the HDMI. And then I think this is interesting because I don't even know. Oh, that must be an Ethernet port.
Wait, did you say the SD slot was in the back?
That's what it looks like to me. Yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to make a safe bet and say that I really am confident in this statement. We're probably going to see this as a emulator streaming console. Because I would think that if there was a port in the front where it would be easily accessible to put in your games, say they actually just ported games onto SD cards, or some type of SD card, it would be in the front where it would be easily accessible for us, the gamers, to actually put in the game. However, it being in the back, it doesn't make sense to me. Not at all.
I mean, I don't even know if that's what it is. It's just like a little slot. I can't really tell what it is. But other than that, there's obviously the little circle area where the power cord would go. And then
I'm going to bring up a picture so everybody watching can see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I found it on IGN, but maybe you can find it somewhere else. And then there's 4 USB ports, so whatever those are for. Maybe a hard drive, external hard drive.
And those are in the back too.
Yeah. The only thing in the front is the Atari symbol, and then there's 3 or 4
LEDs.
Yeah, it must be each controller or something.
Yeah, I think maybe they probably light up whenever. So I'm looking at 4 controllers. I mean that's pretty much. I mean besides, the Nintendo Switch, that's the most, number of players that can hook up to an actual console. So I can see that just being a notification that hey, the second player controller is connected, whatever. Yeah, but it just gets me that the USB cords are in the back.
It is definitely off. It's kind of weird looking because the control. If you have to plug in a controller to it, it would have to wrap around to the front of it.
Yeah, and also, I mean, because let's look at the PS4, let's look at the Xbox One. I mean, the USB ports are, again, convenient because there's at least one or two of them, in the front where we can hook up our headsets, or we can charge our controllers to it. So the fact that the Ataris is in the back, it kind of makes me wonder exactly what, they're going for. Or, I mean, are they really going to actually compete against PS4 and the Xbox One? And hell, I mean, because of the sales, I mean, Nintendo's actually competing right now with Sony and Xbox or Microsoft, matter of fact. So, I mean...
Which is funny, because that's not even what they were trying to do.
No.
Nintendo had no interest in competing with Sony or Microsoft.
Oh, yeah, most certainly, yeah. I thought you were talking about Atari.
Well, I mean, they don't either. From what I read, Atari has no interest in being a competitor to the PlayStation 4 or Xbox.
And I think that's a very humble way to approach it. I mean, not to say that they will not become competitive. I think we are getting to the age where a lot of us are open to a lot of things. I mean, the success of the Switch, it's something that was totally new and inventive, innovative.
Cool. I'm cool with all this, as long as they make ET2.
Who else wants to play ET2, huh?
Absolutely.
I've never played the first one.
Everybody should want to play it. You need to go download it on the emulator right now, Mike.
I'll tell you this. I'm not going to download a dang emulator just to play ET.
Oh, come on, man.
And from what I understand, I don't know if it was actually considered hard or, clarified as being
No, it was, as far as I know, it was just considered dumb.
Yeah.
They had. I watched a documentary on it.
Yeah,
they had
so did
3 months to do it. So that's why it's so bad. Is they had 3 months to do it.
They literally gave them 3 months. It was one dude, I think. They gave him 3 months to program an entire video game based on the ET movie, and it was by the time he was not even halfway done with it, they were like, "All right, we're releasing it." That's that.
Yep.
Wow. So I mean, it was kind of Atari's own fault.
Downfall of video games.
Pretty much,
certainly. I mean, how do you guys see this actually having? And from what you said, Josh, they're not trying to compete with Microsoft or Sony or Nintendo, the three big consoles, the big three. But in what ways can they strategize their market? What do they necessarily need to do to actually convert people? Not even has to be converting them to be strictly on that console, but how are they going to get people to buy this? What are the steps, do you think?
They're going to have to, I think, find a way to remaster a lot of their older games. You know what I mean? Not remake them, but you know how kind of Minecraft has always stayed with the same 8-bit graphics, but they've gotten better over time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They need to take that concept and remake their old games, like Space Invaders, but remake it with Minecraft graphics and just have it all fucking crazy and things like that. I think that would really sell.
To appeal to the consumers of way back in the day.
Exactly. Because I
know. I don't mean to offend anybody by that. I'm not saying you're old. I'm just saying that.
Quite a few people who love retro gaming. They're all about retro. They're just these newer games suck. I can't stand newer games and things like that.
Well, man, and I don't mean to cut you off, but retro is in now. I mean, look at the success of the NES Classic that was just released. And
how much hype is already surrounding the SNES Classic.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, retro is definitely coming back. I mean, you're already starting to see a lot of developers actually, tongue-tied, but you're starting to see a lot of developers out there that are starting to make spiritual successors to certain games.
Squeeze says this guy's retro.
Squeeze, question. Hopefully you can, there's not too much of a delay. I mean, how do you feel about the Atari? And until he answers us, we'll just keep going on. But, Squeeze, how do you feel about the Atari Box? But while he's answering us, so yeah, I do like that thought. I like that method, that strategy, Josh. Again, retro is in, and I'm sure, someone of the likes of my own father probably, because I do recall him actually, while I was spending time years back at our cousin's celebrating the 4th of July, I can recall, him actually sitting down and playing Pong on the Atari, and him always claiming, I never had one, but I would have like to have one.
Yep.
And just him actually sitting down, and it's a nice simple game and whatnot, so I think it's really going to appeal to consumers from the past. But of course, I mean, they gotta have modernized tech. I mean, they also gotta be able to play some of these big games that are out. I mean, Bundy, you actually claimed and said that they had said that they were going to have modernized tech. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what the one article had said.
Yeah. So, man, I'm excited to see the damn controller.
I know. I'm really interested to see the controller. I would love to see it. What if it's just like an Atari joystick
with one button?
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Playing Destiny 2.
Yes, yes, you can play Call of Duty 2026.
That's right.
With just an analog stick and one button.
That's right.
Maybe it'll have 2 buttons.
Double click forward to shoot. Double click backwards to spin around. Left, right, up, down. Switches your weapon.
Oh my gosh, dude. Ah, man. I really, I know they made a Tanks game. Maybe it was just called Tanks. I do remember there was a game like that. It was like, of course,
I'm pretty sure you're right.
A bird's eye view, and you made your way around obstacles and try to shoot other tanks.
Yep, you're right.
I would like to see them make renditions, up-to-date renditions, versions of those classic games. Kind of give it some color, of course. Give it some 3D look to it. I really don't want to see it being too flat. I'm sure maybe some of these games will have that option, and I could more so see if they're going to bring some of these old games, into the Atari Box. I would imagine they're for free, wouldn't you guys say?
I would hope so if you're already paying for the console. But
yeah, exactly.
I can say the same thing about Nintendo though, because you're probably still going to end up having to buy old Nintendo games from the Virtual Console. We have a reply. Squeeze says, I love it. They say that they are having their old library of games, plus new gen stuff. If you dig deeper, the Atari Box started development 4 years ago, and ATI and the CPU is closely matched to the Switch.
Wow. Well, guys, there you have it. I'm going to put my headphones down. I'm going to shut off my mic, and Squeeze, starting next week, is going to start over and replace me. Man, I didn't know it was 4 years. That is so cool. That's so awesome. I can't even remember the last time Atari actually made a game. I think Atari makes the Godzilla games. I don't know if they made the most recent one. I know there for a while they actually had trademark with the development of the Godzilla games. But besides that, I can't remember anything else. Oh, and the PS4 one? Was it them?
Yeah, they made
for sure?
PS4, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, but then again, actually, now that I see here that it was actually crowdfunded, this console. It's being crowdfunded, so...
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. If it is crowdfunded, maybe it will kind of be an emulator.
Have the ability
actually
kind of what I'm starting to think. But as Squeeze just informed us. It says it's going to be able to play new gen stuff, and the ATI and the CPU is closely matched to that of the Switch. So it should still be able to play, hopefully, some newer games. I hope.
Yeah. I mean, it would be dumb if they didn't, because I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If you're going to make this new sleek console and it's going to be an Atari Classic, I'm sorry, but it's going to get completely outshined by the Nintendo's SNES Classic. And matter of fact, it will just get outshined, outcompeted by the NES Classic alone. I mean, I'm sorry to say that, but that's the truth. So with that said, I mean, the people over at Atari have to be smart about this. They definitely are. It's definitely going to play modernized games. I'm just really curious. I mean, again,
I want to know how it's going to work.
Yeah.
We just need more info.
Side note, Squeeze says he's always up if we need a guest.
All right, Squeeze. Yeah, we'll definitely get you on one of these times, dude.
If you have a camera, a mic, and a computer, you're
Squeeze, if you go around, I'm not bribing or any of that malicious shit, matter of fact. But if you go out and you spread the word around about Geek Tavern Radio, you keep coming on here and being so informative and whatnot, definitely, dude. Definitely. And I appreciate that you're actually on and that, you're helping us out here on this podcast.
Heck
Whether
yeah.
that, you be correcting me, this Pollock here, or, you just be giving us some extra details. We really appreciate the two-way communication right now. But, yeah, guys, I mean, it's really awesome to see that there's going to be a new system being put on the shelves. Now, does the whole crowdfunding thing, do you think that kind of impacts the number of consoles that are going to be on shelves? I mean, or do you think, I don't know, see, that's the thing.
I could see it definitely impacting.
Like, to say hypothetically, if this isn't crowdfunded enough, do you see it so that the Atari can only be purchased through Atari, like, the website or something? Maybe. See, I'm not too familiar with crowdfunding.
That'd be kind of annoying.
Yeah, I mean,
that'd be kind of lame.
There has been games out there that have been crowdfunded, and eventually, made into physical forms. Shovel Knight, Mighty Number 9.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. Again, those were crowdfunded games that just had enough actual gas. They had enough people behind it that, actually got it out onto shelves. Got it beyond the actual digital purchase threshold. So I'm really hoping that Atari, can do that, and the people who's supporting it can able it to do that, because otherwise this console ain't gonna sell that much. But that's just me.
Yep.
Man, guys, it has been an awesome week for gaming news. Atari, so far it's blowing me away just by the looks of the Atari Box. Kingdom Hearts 3, Destiny 2. Man, guys, it's awesome. And again, as of tomorrow, we're going to have the Destiny 2 beta, which we're all going to be playing. Again, Bundy316 on Twitter. He's going to keep everybody up to date on when he's going to start our Twitch stream at Geek Tavern Radio. You can find us at Geek Tavern Radio through Twitch. So, guys,
I think it's about time for a little.
So too.
What are you buying? What are you selling?
It's sound effects now, everyone.
Yeah. It's time for what are you buying, what are you selling? And we're going to start this off with Bundy. And for those of you who may not be familiar with it, what are you buying, what are you selling, is reference to what game are you enjoying and is worth the buy, and what game is not worth the buy and that you plan on selling or just plan on passing up on Bundy.
Okay. Well, I just thought of this as we were talking about the fan-funded / fan-made games.
Okay.
They just released on Saturday a Mega Man Maker.
Ooh,
So
yeah,
it's
I
called-
forgot about that.
It's called Mega Maker. And you can literally just make your own level, put in whatever boss, change up the music.
So it's pretty much like Super Mario.
It's Mario Maker,
but with
yeah.
Mega Man.
Yep.
That
And
sounds pretty
it's
sweet.
it's totally free.
Ooh.
Yeah, just go to Mega Maker mega-maker.com, and yeah, it's totally free. If you have a Switch Pro controller, you can Bluetooth that to your computer.
Ooh.
And which is what I did, and you can play people's levels or make your own.
Certainly.
Like
That's
you
what I'm
should start
buying.
Streaming that.
Yeah, I don't know how to stream on a laptop, but I could figure that out.
I'll teach you the ways.
The ways of the
Take my
streaming.
hand.
And as for
We're off to
the
Never
game-
Neverland.
Ooh. Do we
Oh,
want to keep
yeah.
going on with this?
Oh yeah.
Should we lip sync, or should we just let everyone know and show them how gifted we are with our voices?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So a game that maybe you haven't liked, Bundy.
I don't know. Not that I've played it much recently, but I cannot stand the first Mario.
Really?
Yes.
Do you have an NES Classic?
No, I have it on.
I actually just got that
the Wii
game
U.
the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it on the Wii U, and anytime I turn it on, the you can't, when you jump, you can't hold the left or right button to move after you jump,
Yeah.
and that throws me completely off. So
Yeah.
I'm selling that game pretty hard.
Josh Spoon, how about yourself?
Well, obviously I'm buying Destiny 2. Duh.
Yeah.
That'll be everybody's pick next week.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, very much.
I'm trying to think of other games that I'm real pumped about. Actually, I'm going to be probably pre-ordering Star Wars 2, I think. Star Wars
Oh yeah.
Battlefront 2, because you get early beta access if you put $5 down. So I'm probably going to be buying that. Just because
I know where I'm going
that
tomorrow.
game looks awesome.
Yeah.
And as for selling, honestly, probably some. Mike reminded me of a game that I hated on NES, and it was Dr. Mario. Because I always hated games like Tetris and things like that. And it's not that I hated them, I was just never good at them at all.
Yeah.
And whenever I popped in Dr. Mario back in the day, I was always like, this is just like Tetris. Why isn't it like Mario?
Yeah.
But I ended up buying it anyways recently, and I've been playing it, practicing.
Huh. Yeah, I've actually never played that. As for myself, like I said, for those of you who weren't with us from the very beginning of the stream, because Castlevania on Netflix is, obviously getting great reception, and I've played the Castlevania games before, and so has Josh, and Bundy is going to be tipping his toes into the pool in terms of starting to play a few Castlevania games and getting familiar with them. I actually went out and bought myself Castlevania Portrait of Ruin for the Nintendo DS. Right once I walked into that Best Buy, I couldn't pass it up. I had heard good things about this game alongside of another DS Castlevania game known as Dawn of Sorrow, which I have played that one before, but I've never played this one. I really like it. I'm really enjoying it. Again, nostalgia. it's bringing me back to, Castlevania games from early years, especially Symphony of the Night. The motion, the transition between room to room is very smooth so far in this game. I'm not too far. And again, they actually went with a pretty cool mechanic where you are playing as, I believe, a brother and sister with the last names shared. They're called the Morris. And you can actually, go back and forth with control of both of them. And also, that plays some type of play, that plays some type of mechanic in terms of trying to figure out puzzles, which I find that is pretty cool. It's something completely different at that time. I believe this came out in 2007. Games that I would sell. I said it last week, and I'm going to say it again because I honestly did try to play it again, except I tried to do a different story. It's Resident Evil 6. I cannot play that game. I spent $10 of hard-earned cash on that back in November, whenever they were doing a big sale. It wasn't November or October. Either way, no matter what, it was $10 spent. And the merchant. I just heard the merchant.
Oh yeah.
But dude, I cannot play it. I tried to go over to Chris Redfield's, and I just couldn't do it. So I know one of these times.
At least 7 was good.
At least 7 was great.
Yeah.
Stop underplaying it. Stop underrating it. And I know you think more of it, but you always say, "Yeah, it was good. It was decent."
Well, that's just kind of. That's my lingo.
Yeah, certainly. But yeah, if you got Resident Evil 6, sell that. I mean, it's going to stay in my data inside of my PS4, and I will eventually re-download it again. I don't know, maybe once we get up into October before Evil Within 2 comes out, which that is a game that I'm looking forward to.
Or
I might try to play that.
Resident Evil 7 DLC, Not a Hero.
Yeah. Maybe I'll pay tribute to Clockwork Orange and just have my eyelids opened up wide, and you guys can just force me to play
yourself
Resident
down
Evil 6.
and force yourself to play it on stream.
Which is worse, 5 or 6?
6.
Oh, it's 6.
6 for sure.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think 5 just went a little bit too far in unreal, in terms of being unrealistic. I mean, whenever you're a guy,
Chris looked like he was on steroids.
Oh yeah, he was on steroids, and because he looked on steroids, you just so happen to have the ability to punch boulders, and then the fact that the end boss ends in a damn volcano. It's too far fetched.
Chris punches a fucking boulder. I'm not even kidding. Multiple. That's right. I was just like, what the fuck?
Apparently, he has things against boulders.
Yeah. Apparently, he doesn't like boulders very much.
Yeah. And we could carry on with this. We could actually go on forever on the topic of Resident Evil. But, yep, that's the life, guys. And that might be a little bit of an awkward way to end this podcast. But, however, guys, it was a great time. Everybody, this is Geek Tavern Radio. This is our first time streaming.
Thanks for watching, being part of the stream.
Thank you for watching.
Make sure to tune in the next episode.
Certainly. Yeah. And Josh being our screener, the one who's actually come up with this idea on starting to broadcast our streams, our podcast over the stream. Sorry, I got this mixed up. But we're really thankful, especially for you, Squeeze. I don't know how many of you actually listened in and tuned into this, but you can actually hear this via podcast here in the upcoming days, whether that be through SoundCloud, which we will be...
Squeeze wants to know when our next broadcast is going to be.
This is typically a weekly thing. So...
Usually. But we will be live, so you can catch all of us streaming the Destiny 2 beta tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Yeah, certainly, Squeeze. Squeeze.
So it'll probably be next Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah. If you are like Squeeze and you actually enjoyed it, please reach out to your friends, reach out to your family members, anybody who loves and enjoys the passion of going out there and playing video games. Again, we are newborns to this, but man, do we absolutely love it. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact us, email us at Geek Tavern Radio. Actually, no, I got that wrong. Geek Tavern Productions at gmail.com. I apologize. Again, that's Geek Tavern
Radio would be our Twitter.
That would be our Twitter. So for our Twitter, at Geek Tavern Radio. And as for our email, that would be Geek Tavern Productions at gmail.com.
You can also leave a comment on this video on YouTube.
Yes, you can.
Yes, certainly.
Please. Squeeze has been doing.
Thank you, Squeeze. Much appreciated, man. I mean, just this alone, just this one moment, you doing that for us means a lot to us here at Geek Tavern Radio. Because again, we're newborns to this, and we look to just keep on growing. So with that said, Spoon, Josh, where can they reach you at?
You can find me. I have an Instagram, Mr. J's Reviews, I think it is.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. J's Reviews. You can find me on Twitch, Spoon366 on Twitch. I have my own personal Twitter, Mr. J Gaming. Usually you can just catch me on the Geek Tavern Twitter if you just want to message that and tag my name in it or something. Find me on, I moderate the Facebook page, the YouTube page, just whatever, I'm all over.
Bundy?
Yeah, I just found out because I don't know my own things. You can find me on Instagram, Mike Bundy 316, as well as Twitter. And you just look up Mike Bundy on Facebook if you want to add me on Facebook.
And you can find me, Dax Hastings, on Twitter at Dax Hastings. And also, you can follow us, Geek Tavern Radio, at Geek Tavern Radio through Twitter. Again, everybody, it's been a great time. I'm looking forward to next week. With that said, everybody, thank you for joining us, and keep on gaming.